Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. Roronoa Zoro is one of the most striking characters in the story of One Piece, as well as one of the most popular. And since he was a very young lad, he had always followed a path to become a swordsman, and it's deeply influenced the rest of his life stories, including traumatic experiences and also influencing his personal ambitions. Zoro's journey is also an integral part of the plot, and it reveals his incredible determination and commitment to his goal of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the reasons that may have motivated Zoro to follow this path. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel or even if you've watched a bunch of our videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like and even subscribe and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out, especially with that old YouTube algorithm, and it keeps motivating us to make more content. If you'd like to help out the channel in a bigger way, consider sharing this video or another one of your favorites with your friend. Well, without further ado, let's get into the video. So my friends, since childhood, Zoro has shown an intrinsic interest in the art of the sword, and he grew up in a fencing dojo where he had developed his initial skills as a swordsman. Now we don't know if this is linked to his bloodline of swordsmen and samurai from Wano, but Zoro always seems to have been passionate about swords from a very early age. What we do know is that Zoro's central motivation was shaped by his friendship with Kuina, a talented swordswoman and his childhood friend, and even one could say rival, and together they shared the dream of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. Zoro even had made a promise to Kuina that he would one day defeat her in a fair duel. However, tragedy struck her when Kuina lost her life in an accident falling down some stairs. So with the unfinished promise in his mind, Zoro took upon himself to fulfill both of their wishes, becoming the greatest swordsman in the world in both of their names. The unwavering commitment to his promise made Zoro set the title of greatest swordsman in the world as his life goal. So his relentless pursuit of this title has led him to face every powerful swordsman that has crossed his path, including legendary figures such as Dracula Mihawk, the current holder of that title. Zoro's determination and willingness to face seemingly impossible challenges eventually led him to train under Mihawk's tutelage, honing his skills and moving ever closer to his goal. Though Zoro's commitment to his journey has been unwavering, he has also found a home and a family in the Straw Hat crew, led by Monkey D. Luffy, and he considers his companions an integral part of his path, and he's always been willing to sacrifice everything to protect any of them. And it even seems that his mission as a swordsman is now inextricably linked to Captain Luffy's quest for the One Piece treasure, and he sees it as a fundamental part of his own journey, because the bond between Zoro and Luffy is one of the central pillars of the story. In fact, he was Luffy's very first crewmate, and this friendship is demonstrated by Zoro's commitment to protecting his captain at all costs. Zoro recognizes that Luffy's success in achieving his dream will also directly influence the achieving of his own goals, which has made Zoro known for not only his ambition, but also for his hard training and unremitting determination. He spent the 2-year time skip in seclusion and taking rigorous training under the guidance of Dracula Mihawk, again, the greatest swordsman in the world. And during this period of time, Zoro honed his sword skills, developed new techniques, and gained a much deeper understanding of his own purpose. This experience strengthened his resolve to become the best. And furthermore, Zoro's journey as a swordsman has been full of challenges and epic battles, because he's faced multiple different formidable adversaries throughout his journey, and each of them has contributed to his growth as a warrior. In these clashes, especially those where he put his life on the line to protect his fellow Straw Hats, this demonstrates his commitment to the crew and his unwavering determination to honor Kuina's memory. Zoro's path has also been marked by moments of self-improvement and self-reflection, because he constantly seeks to surpass his limits and develop new sword techniques, and his tireless quest for power and his quest for perfection in swordsmanship have made him a captivating and inspiring character within the story. As Zoro strives to fulfill his promise to Kuina, he also strives to protect and guide his friends. With his indomitable character and relentless determination, it establishes him as one of the most admired and respected members of the crew. Zoro's ongoing development has also demonstrated his testament to his ability to adapt and constantly learn, because not only does he focus on honing his sword skills, but he also demonstrates an evolutionary mind spec in every aspect of his life. His experience as a member of the Straw Hat crew has also taught him very important values such as teamwork, friendship, and loyalty, which are all equally crucial in his personal quest. One of the more important points, though, too, is that Zoro symbolizes the idea that the journey is just as important as the destination, because throughout his adventures, he's encountered a variety of very interesting characters, some of whom share his passion for swordsmanship, and others who just challenge him in surprising ways. Every one of these encounters has made him stronger, both mentally and physically, making Zoro little by little evolve as a swordsman and as a human being. And this is an evolution that is making him increasingly closer to being able to take out Mihawk. So regardless of any enemy or particular danger that appears in front of him, Zoro has always been determined to face him. And even if it's just to make sure that he or his companions' dreams come true, we've seen that throughout the series he's faced a number of powerful opponents, and there are still many more obstacles to overcome in the quest for greatness as we head into this final saga of One Piece. You see, in order for Zoro's dream to really come true, he's gonna have to take down every other powerful enemy before he gets to Mihawk. And one of the biggest sources of conflict in the world of One Piece is, of course, the world government and the Navy. And they're both known for their military strength and relentlessness in pursuing those who challenge their authority. So Zoro is gonna have to face high-ranking Marines and Marine leaders, each of whom possess a formidable challenge on his journey. However, with his unbreakable determination and sharp sword skills, this is gonna prepare him to face even the most powerful of opponents. Aside from the Navy and the world government, we also have Yonko that still exists in the world, and they too pose a monumental challenge. Now, Luffy and his crew have already had encounters with some of these titans of the seas, but it's certain that Zoro will still have to face more of them in these epic battles throughout the end of our story. However, the biggest challenge that still awaits Zoro in that quest to gain the title of greatest swordsman in the world is, of course, Mihawk. And he's still the most formidable character with a sword in his hand in our story. And this is marked by his skill as a swordsman, as well as his worldwide recognition. And not only that, he is now a part of a Yonko crew, making Zoro and Mihawk's meeting something that is absolutely gonna be destined. For Zoro, defeating Mihawk will be the height of his ambition, and it represents not only defeating a powerful opponent, but also honoring Kuina's memory and fulfilling that promise he made to her so many years ago. The journey of Roronoa Zoro is ultimately a narrative of growth, self-discovery, and overcoming challenges. And each new obstacle he encounters has always made him stronger and raised his skill level, and prepared him for obstacles that are still yet to come. But this is also the very thing that fuels Zoro to work even harder to achieve that dream. All of the future battles against powerful enemies, including high-ranking Marines and notorious pirates, are still going to be opportunities for Zoro to continue to hone his skills and develop new sword techniques. But let's also remember that Zoro's main drive to start his Santoryu, or three-sword style, was because he ultimately thought more swords would eventually overcome Kuina, and it ended up becoming his signature style. So there's no telling what else he might still want to develop as he faithfully remains in pursuit of improving until the end of his journey. This is because Zoro's determination to face the greatest challenges with his three swords not only illustrates his skill and courage, but it also symbolizes his devotion to the path of every swordsman. Every movement, every refined technique is an expression of his promise to Kuina and his commitment to his crewmates. So although we might not know the exact time when Zoro's journey started to become the greatest swordsman in the world, it's still one of the most striking and inspiring stories within all of the woven threads of One Piece, where we see his unwavering determination and his connection to the past, as well as his promise to Kuina, drive him to overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. But his journey goes further beyond that, because in the Straw Hat crew, Zoro has found not just comrades, but truly a second family. And this commitment to protecting his comrades, especially his captain, Monkey D. Luffy, is a fundamental part of who he is, and will further be who he becomes. At his core, Zoro understands that realizing his friend's dreams is inseparable from him realizing his own dream. And Zoro is more than just a skilled swordsman. He's an example of how passion, dedication, and willpower can shape someone's destiny. Ultimately, the story of Roronoa Zoro is a reminder that with dedication and determination, any goal is achievable, no matter how impossible it might seem. And his journey is an example of how the power of friendship and mutual support can make dreams come true in a world full of adversity and many challenges. So with all that said, my friends, we'd now love to know what you think about it. What do you think was the catalyst that got Zoro wanting to pick up the sword? Was it that kind of familial or genetic memory from his heritage of Wano that fueled him? Or did he see something? Or was it just something that he naturally fell into because of where he was born in Shimotsuki Village? Also, when do you think we might get to see that epic clash between Zoro and Mihawk? And how do you think it's going to turn out? Let us know what you think in the comments below. So as we wrap up our video, we'd like to thank you all so much for watching, especially those of you who've made it here to the very end. Make sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like and hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you all in our next video, and let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.